I know it's Sunday, but not to jump over to the Haftarah, but there's something beautiful in this Haftarah. It's Haftarah is in Hosea. The Pasuk says, Shuva Hashem ad Hashem Elohecha, ki chashalta ba'avonecha, ki hu yimachem devarim, veshuvu el Hashem. Okay, so Hosea says, right, Shuva Yisrael ad Hashem Elokecha, return, Bnei Yisrael to Hashem, all right, onto Hashem, your God, obviously. Why? For you have stumbled in your iniquity, right? You did chashalta ba'avonecha. Kehu imachem devarim says, take words with you, veshuvu el Hashem, and return to Hashem, right? So there's four. This is a short derasha, but there's four questions, and Zera Shimshon is going to answer them all very quickly. The first one is why the first question is why does the pasuk start with lashon yahid? It says shuva Israel, right? Shuva. The word shuva is singular, but at the end it tells you kehula imachem, take with you imachem, not to you. It's talking to the nation, which is lashon rabim. So why does it start with lashon yahid and second ends with lashon rabim? And also, what is these things? The end of the pasuk says, "Kehu imachem devarim." Take these words. What words? What is it talking about? Third question is actually the fourth question. The first question is why lashon yahid and rabim. Second question is what are these things? It says take these words. What words is he talking about? Right? And what the bidvarim shayach lashon lekiha. Right? You can't physically take words. So if you read the Parshat of the pasuk, it says, take these words, right? But he doesn't. But if you look at the Navi, at the Haftarah, it doesn't really. It's a little strange if you look at the wording of the pasuk. And also, why does it say Ad Hashem Elokecha? And at the end of the pasuk, it says El Hashem, right? Elokecha. What's the difference? Why one yes and one no? Why one Ad and one Kel? Right? Go to God. One says on to God, and the other one says go to God. So to understand this, there's two principles that you have to understand. The first one is the word ad. The word ad could be translated in two ways, like we all learned in high school, Maseret Berachot. Right? Maseret Berachot, Chav Vav Amud Aleph, which is a good way to remember, 26, Yud Ke Vav Ke. It tells you, the Mishnah tells you that Tefilat Shahad, how long could you pray Shaharit for? Right? The Tanakh Kama says until Hatzot. And the other one says until Rabbi Yehuda says until 4 shaot, right? And then the question goes, he says ad arba shaot. Question is ad what? What does that mean? Until 4, with 4, without the 4? Is it including or is it not including? So there's a term called ad ve'ad bichlal, or it's ad velo ad bichlal, which means up until the 4th hour or including the 4th hour. So until 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock I can come, or 3, like at 4 o'clock I'm too late. Or is it including 4 o'clock itself? So that's the first thing. You have to know sometimes it includes and sometimes it's used to exclude. The second thing is a Gemara in Yoma, very famous. You're going to learn a lot about it this week and next week. I said he made the teshuvah. Is when a person makes teshuvah, he makes teshuvah out of two ways. One is out of yirah and one is out of ahava. When the person makes teshuvah out of yirah, meaning I'm afraid, I just don't want the punishment, which is natural. Right? The power of teshuvah isn't as strong as if you do it as ahava. If you make teshuvah from yirah, if you make teshuvah from ahava, if you did something that you're making teshuvah for that you did on purpose, and now you're making teshuvah out of ahava, it turns into as if you did good things, zechuyot. If not, right, but you still make teshuvah, the zedonot, which you did on purpose, turns to shkagot, like you did by accident. We do korban hatat. There's nothing to do if you did it on purpose. But if you did something on purpose, you cannot. There's no korban. You have to make teshuvah first, which brings it down to a shogeg, and then korban hatat is brought for a shogeg. So that's two different things. So the first one is ad ve'ad bichlal, and the second one is understanding that the levels of teshuvah. One is done through one is done through ahava, one is done through yirah. Yirah is just because I know what the Pesukim say, and I don't want God to get mad at me, so I make teshuvah, which is beautiful and accepted. But the difference is that the things that you did that you have to pay for is going to be as shogeg. It's not going to be as like a zechut. The zechut, that's like winning the lotto. All your bad things turn into good things. That's crazy. So understanding these two concepts, one is what the word ad means, And the second one is understanding the difference between teshuvah, two types of teshuvah. One done be'yirah and one done me'ahava. You do it me'yirah from fear that it's still going to be accepted, but it's not, it just brings down to a shogeg. But if you do teshuvah from ahava, understanding that, God, I'm so sorry, what I did was just not right, and I love you, and I know that when I don't do right, I'm pushing myself, I'm pushing you, kivyachol, away from me, and that's not what I want. I want to bring you closer. When you do that, that's doing through ahava, and those turn into zechuyot, which is a much bigger level. So understanding these two concepts, now you can understand what it means. You can understand the pasuk. This is how you read the pasuk. In the beginning, mitehila, we said it starts in Yahid, right? So leyahid sheyashuv b'teshuvah yahidi. When a person makes teshuvah on his own, right? Why does he make teshuvah on his own? Generally speaking, it's a siman that the guy did it out of yirah. Why? Because you know it's not the right thing to do, but so you just do it by yourself, which is fine, right? It's enough for him to save himself to make teshuvah, but it's not enough, or it's not enough of a push for him specifically to go influence other people to make the shuvah. It's enough for him to make the shuvah on his own, but not enough to get people to make the shuvah, right? Ma she'en ken im hayasha me'ahava, right? On the contrary, if you do it be'ahava, which means what? When you make the shuvah be'ahava, you shehaya noten libo gam lehashiv aherim be'ahavato la'akadosh baruch hu. That through doing it, when you do something out of love, not only do you want it for you, but you also want it for the people around you, because you want to do it for Hashem, or you want to do it for them. No, you have to be close. I heard the Ger Rebbe, I think Sfat Emet, said, "Well, why? How could we accept Naseh Vishma for each other?" It's not. Let me give me a minute. Let me look at it. Let me read the contract. How do I know I want? How could you say yes for me? So he gives an example of a guy giving out checks for $1 million. Right? Everyone's going to go. And you're going to go, and you're not only going to say it's for me, I need for my wife, I need for my brother, I need for my sister, I need for my mother, I need for my father, I need for everybody. Why are you going to say that? Because you know the value of $1 million. I just hope the check clears. but so when you make teshuvah from ahava, you are free. You are free from the yetzer hara that comes after you. And when you're free, you understand how beautiful it is to be close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So now you want to attach yourself to Him. So with that, you don't only want to do it for yourself, you want to do it for everybody. Right? And that's why it says in the beginning, Shuva Yisrael, come, right? Afa Pishatah Yahid, even though you're a singular, you're individual, you're not going to reach, remember what the Pasuk says, Shuva Yisrael ad Hashem Elohecha, right? Return Yisrael until your God, which means what? That it's ad velo ad bichlal, which means that it's still good, but it's not you're not going to turn your zedonot into zechuyot. But afapichen shuva, even though it's true, you're not going to still do it. Why? Because you still make it. By the way, to forgive a loan on all the interest, I just have to pay the principal. Ain't that bad? So that's exactly what it is. The zedonot that I did that aren't done on purpose, that I made teshuvah because I know it's wrong. So okay, Hashem, he'll forgive he'll forgive it. But it's shogeg. It's not going to turn zechuyot. Okay, but at least I got the loan forgiven. I didn't turn my debts into credits, but I got something. So so Hosea is explaining, the Navi is telling Bnei Yisrael, Shuva Yisrael, still come to Hashem. However, if a guy does teshuvah with the action and motivation of getting other people to make teshuvah, right? Shetikahem b'divrei musa v'tocha. Remember we said, what is it? Kehu imachem devarim. Take these words. What words? What's these words? Musar and tochacha. That you talk to people in the right way. You take them v'shuvu el Yisrael mamash, and now you really get to come inside with Hashem, because all will be forgiven, as the pasuk ends. So you learn a few things here. The first thing is you want to show Bnei Israel, you want to show Hashem that yes, I do want to. I feel bad for what I did. I want to make teshuvah. The Navi is saying, even if you don't do it because of ahava, and you only do it from yirah, still good, still good. But how do you know? Because that's why the pasuk starts with Yahid and not Rabim. The Navi is talking to all of Klal Bnei Israel, mind you. He ain't talking to one guy. But he says it this way. Why? Because he wants to show the people that it doesn't matter. Just come back. Just come back. It's fine. Even if you don't come back for the right reasons, what you did wrong, if you admit it and you say what you did wrong, it's going to be forgiven. Now, if you do it the next level, you do be'ahava, all of a sudden beauty. Now, all of a sudden, I'm doing it be'ahava. Now, Hashem's going to turn all my debt that I have, and He's going to turn it into credits. Okay, imagine your mortgage payment it was added onto your salary every month. That would be amazing. That's exactly what it is when you make teshuvah from ahava. And the zechut of our learning of Zera Shimshon, we should all be able to make teshuvah and admit what we do wrong to Hashem and make teshuvah from with ahava, and we should be included with Hashem ad v'ad bichlal. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.